Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading called How to Move Past That One Thing That Is Holding You Back. Before I get started, I just want to thank all of you guys for your well wishes, for your good vibes, and for your prayers. I'm at the tail end of recovering from a flu right now, so if my voice sounds a little weird or if I sound a little tired, that's why. But I'm getting my strength back slowly but surely, and I felt in the mood to do another reading for you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. All you have to do is just choose a crystal that resonates the most with you. And keep in mind, this is a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone. There could be parts of it that resonate with you, parts of it that don't. Some of you guys might just want to see this as a reading that's like more entertaining or just some food for thought. Maybe not take some of these messages too seriously if they don't feel like it's for you. Always trust your own inner guidance and your own intuition above all else. So to get your message, all you have to do is choose a crystal, and then we're going to draw some cards for you, okay? So first of all, we have number 1, the crystal ball. Number 2, the aventurine crystal. Number 3, the raw quartz crystal. And number 4, the yellow citrine crystal. Once you have chosen, you can head to the comments below where my lovely subscribers help me post the timestamp. And if you choose number 1, we're going to get started right away. So for number 1, what is that one thing that feels like it's holding you back? What is that one thing that's just maybe is coming up in your mind, or this one blockage that keeps coming up for you? What is it? Let's get some cards to kind of explain what this is. We're going to go in with Old Faithful. As you guys all know very well, my Wildwood deck. What do you guys think? You think it's time for me to get a new Wildwood deck? All right. I'm feeling like we should use another deck. Let's try this one. Let's try my Enchanted Tarot. A bunch of cards to drill down to what that one thing is. Just give me a moment to study these cards real quick. Okay, so a big theme that I'm getting is that one thing has to do with other people, like relationships, anxiety. I'm going to say that this might be the fear of what other people think. And I know we always are seeing these memes and stuff online, like don't care what other people think, blah, blah, blah. And we all know, like, you know, we shouldn't do that, and like it's not good for us. But I just feel like our human brain is kind of wired to do that, especially in this age of social media where you're scrolling through all these profiles and you're seeing all these people living these awesome lives. I mean, of course, what you're seeing online are just the highlights of someone's life, but it's still hard not to compare, you know? And you can be all love and light and, you know, work on your self-worth and your self-love and affirmations and all that. And sometimes it still gets you down. And it's not even jealousy. I feel like for a lot of people, it's really the worry about the people that know you. It's more like the people that know you, the people that have been around you and have surrounded you, or the people that you've grown up with, worried like what they would think if you tried something new, or if you kind of like broke out of that kind of box you've been in your whole life, or if you decided to try something new or put yourself out there. Some of it's the fear of starting at the bottom. Like, let's say you have a really great business idea and you want to start this business and you want to do some marketing for it, And maybe you're worried of starting from the bottom and like having no followers and having no clients and having no customers and just kind of starting from the bottom and people seeing that. It's kind of like, what if I fall? What if I fail? What if I make a fool of myself and everybody sees that? So there's kind of this anxiety you have about that. And if you have that anxiety, I just want you to know it's totally normal. And I struggle with this too. All the people who've chosen this, they're in it with you. And what you really want is you really want to be able to build a legacy for yourself. You really want to be able to kind of stand out and do your thing in this life. You want that freedom to just be able to relax and try new things. And maybe in the past there were some people that bullied you. Maybe there were some people that you kind of sparred with, or people who said things to you that were just kind of rude, or maybe questioned you and your choices. And it could have been something simple, it could have just been like, oh, like you're going out for that, or oh, I heard that this was not a good investment, or I heard that that was going to be difficult, or people will project their own opinions to you of what it is you're choosing in your life, whether it's a lifestyle choice or the way that you choose to eat and treat your body, or the aesthetic changes you want to make with your hair, or the school you want to go to, or the fact you don't want to go to school, or where you're working, or what your lifestyle is, or where you live. It could literally be anything. And maybe you're just really worried what people are going to think. Now, I feel like a lot of you guys who came to this reading, you're really strong. You are very confident. There's this energy of victory behind you. You love to make your own choices. You're a very independent, free spirit, but you still struggle with this. And this is something that's happening subconsciously, something that's happening kind of behind the scenes. And so it really is this fear of just, am I really safe to do something different than most people in society? Am I really safe to do something that might upset people in my family, or might upset my friends? Am I really safe to kind of leave this, culture of what I've been in kind of behind a little bit and strike out on a new path? So I know what this is like, you guys. For me, deciding to come on YouTube and to do tarot readings and just like talk about life and experiences and offer advice and stuff like that, it was hard for me. I thought like, oh, what are people gonna think about me and doing tarot? Or some people gonna think that I'm like full of it or something, or that I'm like all spiritual or holier than thou or something, or that I'm trying to be some kind of guru, or are people gonna think this or that, or whatever, like, oh no, am I accidentally starting a cult or something? Or it's like, I've had a lot of fears myself about like choices I've made, but you gotta just drill down to like what you have fun with and what makes you feel good. And as long, whatever you do, whatever kind of art you make, however you put yourself out there, whatever kind of changes you make in your life, as long as you feel like it's something that's making you happy, you're doing it with the best of intentions, and it's something that's empowering you, then go for it. I really feel like you're safe to make these changes. You're safe to do whatever it is. And you will find that as you make changes in your life and you go in the direction of your authenticity, there will be people who stand by you, and there will be people who understand you, but there will always be those people who will misunderstand you. I think the fear of being misunderstood might actually be what this one thing is. Now that I'm drilling deeper to it, yes, it's the fear of what other people think, but I think deeper than that, the thing that's holding you back really is the fear of being misunderstood. And that's huge. Like, let that sink in for a second. Like, we want people to understand us. We want people to feel like, we want to feel like we're coming across in the right way. But there's always going to be people that look at you and project their own visions onto you. There's always going to be people that look at you and think their own thing based off of where they come from, or their own beliefs, or where they're at. And you might have the best of intentions, but there's always going to be those people that look at you and think those things. So what you got to realize is it's really not your business what other people are thinking about you. And the true people that are meant to stand by you in your life, and they're meant to be friends to you, or family to you or supporters to you, those people they'll understand. And even if for some reason they don't, they're not going to care, because they'll see you for who you are. They will see you they'll love you for who you are, and they won't define you by the choices you make or what you want to do or what you want to try or how you want to be, how you want to live, how you want to express yourself in your life. The true people, the real MVPs, they're not going to look at you and misunderstand you in that way and project their own crap onto you. So keep that in mind. This says the good that you do in your life comes back to you. And I really feel like this is saying go forth and do good for yourself first, because when you do good for yourself, then that energy kind of trickles around to everyone around you. Don't live your life based off of trying to please other people or trying to appease everyone around you. I did that for so long. I was like trying to prove myself. I was trying to make some kind of image of myself or who I was or my life. And I feel so much better now that I'm just being more authentic. And I think that you just try it little by little, step by step. Start shedding the layers of the mask you've put on to try to prove yourself to other people. And it'll be an organic process and you'll feel so much better. So any more ways you can let go of this thing that's holding you back, the fear of being misunderstood, the fear of what other people think? Any more messages for you? Yeah, this is saying you got to focus on your dreams. And this is something we talk about a lot here on the channel, is that your dreams and your desires are the compass that lead you in the direction of your life mission and soul purpose. So allow yourself to dream. Maybe that's the first step here, really, in order to move past this, is just allowing yourself to dream. Maybe not thinking about taking action on it just yet if it's a little too much, but allowing yourself to think about what could be, what could I do, what changes could I make. That kind of breaks you out of that thinking of you got to be in this mold, you got to walk this path that's been laid out for you by your parents or the family or the friends or the society or the culture or the people around you. Your dreams kind of allow you to kind of try different things on. You can be whoever you want to be in this life. You can change any time. You can change from moment to moment, and that's okay. There is balance that comes with this. Eventually, with these dreams, you got to figure out how you're going to move forward and how you're going to balance this, and how you're going to ease into being more authentic. It's not necessarily something that happens overnight, but you're given reassurance that you're safe to kind of go in this new path, be authentic, and just try it. Just try not caring what people think for a while. And make choices that feel best. Like, start checking in with yourself and ask yourself, am I doing this because of how it looks? Am I doing this to prove myself? Am I doing this for other people, or am I doing this for myself? And as long as you're doing it for you, that's all that matters. So I hope that this reading resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I am back open for service, you guys. So if you want to purchase a reading or hit me up for anything, I'm available. All information is below. And I'll see you later. Peace out. Okay, so for those of you guys who choose number two, let's go ahead and get your message about that one thing that's holding you back. Whew. All right, you know what? We're gonna do something, you guys. We're gonna break open my new love deck. Oh my gosh, I wasn't planning on doing this so soon, but surprise, it's here, my new love deck. This was made by Belinda Grace, illustrated by Lori Banks. It's pretty awesome. Because I'm getting the feeling that there's some type of love situation that's been on your mind, and it's kind of holding you back. Okay. So yeah, what's holding you back? What's that one thing? I I've got two messages here, okay? This might not resonate with everyone. For those of you guys who are single or in a relationship where it's kind of complicated, or there's no commitment here, or there's on and off again, or there's like a twin flame situation and you're in separation or whatever, I feel like the idea of this person or the situation surrounding this person or the loss of this person in a romantic relationship is something that's been on your mind a lot. And it just seems like such a struggle. You know, it seems like it's really draining your energy. And I want you to know this is exactly the experience that you've manifested into your life that you need right now. So you're not doing anything wrong. You don't have to feel bad about it. Maybe you're like, I know, I'm so stuck on this person, or I'm so upset about this thing, or I can't stop thinking about this whole situation. I've been there before. You know, when you really care about someone and you don't have that clarity, or they don't want the same thing that you do, or the timing's not right, or it's just unrequited love, or they're with another person, or whatever it is, it can be really, really rough, you know, and it can be confusing, and it can be something that you think about a lot, and it can be something that distracts you, you know. It's an ego thing, you know. It's this energy of like separation and feeling like unless I can have this person in my life, or unless I can manifest excuse me, you guys, unless I can manifest my true love, or unless I can be with this person, I can't move forward, or I'm not going to be happy, or I'm going to just be lost, you know? And so I've talked to people who've been really down about this, crying, just like they love sick, depressed, just can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I've been like this before. Who else has been there, okay? And it can be something that's just so hard. And so I feel like there's a sadness around you, and this is something that's been kind of holding you back lately. And so the one thing you do need to know about this is like it's time not to isolate yourself anymore. You know, what's really holding you back is just the situation in love, or feeling alone, or feeling like single, or not having what you want in love, or the loss of a person, or maybe having to realize maybe this person you think is your twin flame really isn't. It could be maybe instead of just focusing on when's my union going to be, when are we going to come together, do they love me, blah blah blah, maybe it's time to start thinking about your life, and start thinking about yourself, and start thinking about like how you want to live and how you want your days to be, and to start creating that for yourself. So this might be something you already know. I think when I was kind of going through something like this, I knew my happiness didn't depend on another person. I knew that I got to give my love, like my self-love and self-worth, and like I knew all these things, but it still didn't take away the sadness, and it was so easy to kind of get sucked into that. So here's kind of what you can do, you know. You don't want to spiritually or emotionally bypass your feelings right now. You are kind of going through a grieving process. You might be called to let go of this person, at least for now, or maybe even forever. Or maybe just focusing on the fact that you don't have someone in this situation, or have what you want in love, could just be something that's not meant to move forward right now. If you keep pushing up against this energy, it just creates more resistance. And that's what this is. It's a resistance to what is. So sometimes you got to accept what is. And, you know, focus on what is in front of you. If this love situation isn't moving forward, if these answers just aren't coming, if you're not getting contact from this person, or if you're not connecting with anybody in love, or whatever it is here in this romantic situation, if you and your partner, the person that you're with, aren't connecting, or are having troubles, or whatever, sometimes pushing up against that just creates more resistance. So what needs to happen is, you know, complete presence with where you're at right now, giving attention to your feelings, because if you keep pushing them away, or you allow them to control you, it just festers. So something I like to do is writing, and I did this last night when I was sick. I'm still kind of sick, you guys can tell, but I was having so many thoughts about all these different things coming up. It was like, I don't know, just like a real emotional. I think when you get sick, it's like a real physical thing, but it's also emotional and spiritual. I always have an existential crisis every time I get sick. So I just sat down and I did some writing, and I wrote about all the things I was upset about, all the things I've been sad about, everything that like I've been pushing away, like since I've just been focused on all these other things lately. And it was really cathartic, you know. I shed a couple tears, and I just, you know, I actually wrote this on my phone and then I deleted it and I got rid of it, and I just kind of moved past. You know, this is a really great way to do it, honestly, is just to write down all these feelings, and then afterwards write affirmations. Sometimes if you write about it and you go on and then you just stop there, then you're just left feeling like, well, now I feel like crap because you let it all out and then you didn't direct that energy anywhere. So give yourself some real time to let it out, sink into that feeling, and then you can lift your vibration by reminding yourself what your truth really is. You know, for me, last night, my truth was just like, you know, I am healing, I am whole, I am complete, amazing things are happening in my life, like, this moment is enough. All I have to do is just be here and be the witness. Not every day has to be a day where like everything around is happening. I can just have days where I'm here and I can, you know, nothing needs to happen. Like, I'm enough. And so whatever it is, like your truth, allow your spirit to guide you. Allow yourself to write down some words that will comfort you. You know, I call this like reparenting yourself or comforting your inner child. Sometimes you've got to just tell yourself it's going to be okay, you know? So in this situation with this person, I kind of see, or this situation or this love, you know, whatever this is, I feel like the one thing that's really going to help is some writing. Like, honestly, just writing it out. Some of you guys might want to think about professional help, therapy, counseling. You know, if you need to talk to somebody about it, that can help. But I kind of see this vibe like you need to get this out. You need to kind of release this energy because it just keeps building up and it's like a cycle and you're sad and everything. So don't feel like bad about it, because honestly, so many people go through this, and you know, it's a thing here. But let's see what this card has to say. This says right now in your life, you need to commit to your own health and your own well-being first, because the situation's taking you down. You need to, you know, once you feel more balanced, then you'll be able to look at this situation from a different perspective. You know, so commit to yourself, commit to your happiness. This says, you know, don't try to rescue anybody in love. You don't give anybody ultimatums in your love life. Commit to yourself, commit to who you are. When you commit to your life, your love match will appear with a commitment that equals your own. So maybe you need to commit to yourself. You need to commit to your life. I remember going to a reader a couple years ago, and she told me that. She's like, you haven't committed to your life yet. And I was like, what? What does that mean? She's just like, you know, meditate on that. Like, you need to commit to your life. And I realized that like, I wasn't here. I wasn't present. I wasn't like open to life. And so maybe meditate on that. Meditate on like, what does committing to your life really look like? How can you take steps to act on that? All right. The Gardener. I don't know what any of these cards mean, you guys. This is like the first time I'm reading this deck. So let's just look at this card real quick. The Gardener, number 16. So yeah, this is talking about you need to plan. It's time to plan and then follow that by taking action. Nurture and cultivate the seeds that are ready to take root and sprout in your life. So this is like focus on you. Time to focus on you. Time to like let this situation, like give it energetic space to kind of work out behind the scenes. That's kind of what surrender means. So I hope that this resonates with you. I think you're going to do amazing. I think you're going to be able to move forward from this. Commit to yourself, commit to your life. I'll see you later. Peace out. All right, so for those of you guys who choose number 3, let's go ahead and get your message for what is kind of holding you back? What's that one thing that's just kind of like on your mind or keeping you from just moving forward in your life? How you can take steps to conquer that. We're going to pull a bunch of cards to tell you what that one thing is. Okay, so, wow. Started getting some downloads. Okay, so I think that one thing is actually a perception, okay? It's kind of just your perception right now. You're actually really close to some type of big breakthrough, some type of big harvest, like some really good news, really feeling like emotionally fulfilled in life with your family or children or friends. You are following your passion right now. You're getting on this path maybe to be compensated for your creative talents. You're really good at what you do. You're protecting the fruits of your labors. I feel like maybe just the everyday kind of routine of your life has kind of gotten to you and you're feeling stuck and you're just not seeing a lot of change. And it's kind of I wouldn't say it's 100% holding you back. It might just be draining your energy. It just might make you feel like, what's the point? So what's holding you back really is it's kind of this energy of just being jaded or kind of complacency. We're not really feeling connected to the excitement of your life. Because honestly, all is well. This is the Sun card. There's some amazing energy coming for you. There could be a move, or you're purchasing a property, or some type of real estate venture coming in your life. A lot of abundance and expansion. But you know, things and accomplishments, of course, aren't what make you happy. That just complements your life. So you're complementing your life with so many things right now. You're on the right path, but you're feeling a little bit bored, and it's just a perspective. You just keep feeling like you're going around in circles and you can't get through this door. You set these goals and you work your butt off and then you achieve it. And then you don't really take that time to celebrate. You just set the next goal and you keep going. You might have one big goal that you're headed towards and you're very close to it. But once you get it, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to go through that door and then you're going to go in the maze again. And it's just going to be this cycle over and over. And you're starting to feel like this is boring. What makes life worth living? I'm not going to say that you're completely like feeling like you just want to end it all. But it's like a kind of a dark vibe of like, what's the point of life kind of thing. So it's okay. We've all been there. I've been there before. I thought that. Maybe that's why we're here, to figure that out. What's the point of life, you know? But in order to get through every day, you've been having to kind of wear this mask. This is the Son of Wands, somebody who's really charming, somebody who's like gets stuff done, takes action, like, you know, maybe this is you going into work around your boss or around your family or friends and just like the hero, like always getting things done, always there for everyone. But deep down, you just feel like you're going to crack because you feel like a robot, you know? And here you have all these cups that are filled and you're like manifesting like a boss. You're just like making things happen, but there's part of you that's just kind of bored, part of you that's kind of complacent, part of you that's just like, then what? So how are you going to move past this? Because if you can kind of move past that, get a different perspective, like you're going to be able to enjoy your life more. You're going to be able to enjoy this process. You don't want to miss out, you know? So how can you make this happen? Okay. I think that part of the reason why you're feeling stuck right now is because there is some type of big shift that's needed. you are a creative person, you are on the right path, but there's some type of big shift that's meant to happen. I feel like it's almost like your path has become too easy and you need a little bit more of a challenge. I see you being a lot more creative. I see you being like a full-on artist. So I'm not sure like exactly how you're going to make that happen because there's so many different people here, but they're saying like there's one thing you've always wanted to do when you were like a child, teenager, something like that, and you've kind of been playing with it a little bit here and there, but it's on the back burner and you've got this whole other path going, and this is saying you need to take that leap because you've already learned so much on this path, you've applied yourself, like why not take all of this energy and put it towards that real thing that you love. So this is just kind of this understanding card that's coming out for you, saying like you understand yourself now better, and these emotions and feelings and this complacency, this numbness is almost kind of coming up to tell you like you've cut a part of yourself out. You left part of yourself behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. You've gained skills that you can take and apply kind of to this thing you were doing in the past to be able to bring it forward. But it's like it's time to nurture that side of yourself. Don't leave it behind. Reach for the stars. Expect that you're going to be somebody who's really going to make this happen as like a type of artist or something. So I feel like this is like what needs to happen is get real with yourself. And it's going to be scary because you're going to realize I really want this. And it could be something big, like you want to be a singer, you want to act, or you want to do street art, or you want to like design something, or you want to work with cars, or you want to like, I don't know, I'm just throwing random stuff out there. It could literally be anything, but it's just, it might mean you kind of have to like start over, or like just out of nowhere, no matter what age you are, no matter what path you're on, kind of like start putting more energy seriously towards that other thing. And so I think this really has to do with like your path, like your life path. This is talking about like a big shift in your life path, but it's going to go really, really well. And you're going to reapply yourself, and like this is going to be great for you. It's just scary sometimes kind of admitting like that you want something new, you want something different. So yeah, this is you kind of going on a different path, trusting in like kind of being like, I don't know where this path is going, and this is like a big leap, and this is like I'm changing everything out of nowhere. This feels like a midlife crisis kind of energy, or quarter life crisis, or end life crisis or something. But you know, spirit is guiding you, your higher self is guiding you, your soul is guiding you to make these changes, and so go for it. I hope that this reading resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. All right, so for those of you guys who choose number 4, let's go ahead and get this message about what is holding you back right now. What's that one thing that's coming on your mind, or that's coming up in your energy, that's just kind of making you hold back a little bit, and how you can take some steps to alleviate this and move forward. Okay, so wow, I'm getting a really big message here about health. Emotional health, of course, but I'm seeing something about your physical health. So maybe some of you guys here have some health problems. You guys know I just recently had a health problem. That's why my voice is all weird. Caught a flu. Sometimes these things are a little out of your control. You catch a bug, or you like randomly sprain your ankle or something and you're bedridden. You know, so sometimes you just got to do your best and love yourself through whatever little setback is coming. But we do have the power, you know, to make our bodies strong, to fuel our bodies for health, to make good choices. And so I feel like the one thing that could be holding you back a little bit is just some little habits and little things that are happening along your health journey that you might not be realizing is sending you out of balance, you know? And I struggle with this too, okay? So I don't want to come at you guys from this perspective of like, I'm perfect with my health and here's how you do it or anything, but I'm just going to channel some messages to you guys for how to help this. Be open-minded. Sometimes I get messages like this and I just like roll my eyes and I'm like, I don't want to hear about this right now. Can I get a love reading or something? But for real, you pulled this because you need it. You picked this because you need it. There's something that could really help when your physical health is stronger and is more aligned and is more balanced, your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health is better. And I've seen this. When I was living in LA, I was eating like vegan, and I was running all the time, and I was exercising, I was going to the beach, I was getting lots of nature, and I was like the healthiest I've ever been. And then I went traveling, and I started like eating my way through every single country. And I had so much fun exploring all the different cultures and all the different cuisines, but I started feeling kind of like off, and like kind of like not as well, and kind of tired and sluggish. And so it was kind of a wake-up call to me that I needed to kind of get my stuff back together and kind of go back to that routine I had in Los Angeles. And I'm feeling so much better now. Like, it's crazy how what you eat and like exercise and just like, you know, the time you get in nature and meditation and all of that like can really change and affect your relationships. I remember back in the past, years and years ago, when I wasn't eating as healthy and I was like drinking a lot and I was just like not getting a lot of sleep. You know how it goes when you're like 21 and stuff like that. There was a lot of drama in my life, a lot of chaos with friends and boyfriends and all that stuff. And I think a lot of that had to do with like my habits. Like, you know, you can feel a lot more chaotic, or you can get a lot more anxiety sometimes, or feel like just a little bit unsettled and not as balanced when your health is off or you're not making good decisions. So this is just a friendly reminder here to make sure you're getting those greens and eating lots of fruit, and that you're getting a little bit of exercise. I really love here on YouTube the channel Yoga with Adriene. I love her channel. Like, I do yoga every single day, even if it's just 10 minutes. Just do something. Make that commitment to yourself and to your body, and try to get out in nature, get your feet in the dirt, just have a beautiful time around the lake or the river or the ocean, and try to meditate a little bit, even if it's just 5 minutes, or even if it's just relaxing or breathing deep, or saying kind words to yourself for a couple minutes with your eyes closed, or saying a prayer or something. This will definitely help. You know, this is saying it's time to get your strength back. So maybe for some of you guys, there's a message for strength training. Maybe add some weightlifting or some strength training like Pilates or yoga into your routine. If you're dealing with any health injuries or like some setbacks or anything like that, you know, ask your doctor, of course, before you try anything different with your routine or with what you're eating. Try to avoid processed sugars, processed carbohydrates. I always like to have some brown rice, maybe try to have rice cakes, quinoa, you know, just anything other than white bread or white processed or bleached flours processed, you know, no sugars. If it comes in a package, it might be bad for the environment because of the plastic, and it also might be processed. So, you know, maybe start teaching yourself how to cook and indulge yourself with the sensual smells of cooking and different ingredients. There's plenty of amazing blogs out there and YouTube channels teaching you how to cook healthy, and just go on this health journey. I think it's time. This is a message for you. It's time to go on that health journey. You'll be feeling better. It's going to affect your emotional and your spiritual health and your mental health as well, and you're going to be feeling so much better. So, and that's what I'm going to go do right now. I'm going to go eat some healthy food, you guys, and keep recovering from this flu. But I want to thank you guys so much for coming to my channel. I'll be posting a little bit more later on in the week as I'm feeling better. I'm slowly starting to get back to your personal readings, so thank you guys for your patience. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you later. Peace out.